Realize something was wrong with your mental health?
I started realizing something was wrong with my mental health when I was starting to talk to Matt. I had my own apartment at the time, and I wasn't really talking to anyone at the time, which is interesting because I had a platform, I had a following. There was a lot of photo shoots, bookings for parties, events, music videos, and whatnot. And I really slowed down on a lot of that. And instead, I started taking up spirituality more, and weed. I think my first episode actually lasted for a couple of months because when I was looking through my phone, being sane after everything had happened, I found videos that I was recording of myself from a few months prior, and I was out of it. I taught myself tarot, and I wanted to read specifically for twin flames. The videos, I wish I had kept them, but I deleted them because they disturbed me. They're just me talking about different spiritual occurrences that I was having. Like one night I was asleep and I woke up and I had sleep paralysis and I heard this voice whispering, no, 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 no. As like my body was like lifting from the bed. And well, it felt like my soul was lifting out of my body rather. And I was like, was I about to die? And ever since that day, it was just like my mental health started going downhill. I had sleep paralysis and then everything just went downhill. So from there, I was freaking out. I'm freaking out because I'm not sleeping good. And then suddenly I just started documenting everything. My phone was full of like measurements of shadows on the wall. But I was looking at the clock constantly and writing down every single number that I saw. License plates. Sometimes I was just going on random drives just to look at license plates, pick up numbers. And I was driving myself crazy with that. So I was doing that for like about 3 months straight. Telling Matt about it too. Matt was trying to tell me that I was losing my mind. But I was just like, no, like this stuff is cool, this stuff is interesting.
The first time I noticed like a huge change in her personality, we were actually gonna go to, Beatty, Nevada? Or is it Betty? I was gonna pick her up and she used to riding, but she came down in athletic wear.
For the life of me, I could not get out of my head that we were hiking, even though we were clearly about to get on a motorcycle. So I went down there in hiking clothes. He's just like, what are you doing?
And I was like, what are you doing?
Like, we're about to get on the bike and go to Cali. Like, put some clothes on, cover up your skin.
Like, she was like, oh, riding a motorcycle. So she went back upstairs and stayed up there for 30 minutes.
So I went back upstairs and I saw a shadow. So I just started measuring it. Like, I was just up there measuring shadows and looking at numbers and everything. Forgot he was down there.
And came back down and she still was wearing the same thing. And I was like, I asked her straight up, like, are you high? You know, there's something a little different about you. Let's like, do this right another time.
I think the end all be all moment was the scavenger hunt.
She texted me just suddenly, middle of the day, no prior input on this whatsoever. She had not planned this with me at all. She just said, hey, I'm coming over. Let's go on a scavenger hunt.
I don't do scavenger hunts. I've never done a scavenger hunt. I never would have asked to do a scavenger hunt. Even in church, when they used to make us do the Easter egg hunts, I wouldn't do them.
The scavenger hunt was not normal. In fact, that was the first time I knew something was wrong, was her asking to do a scavenger hunt in the first place. There was very little conversation during this walk, but randomly, Dominique was just like, hey, so you know coding, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a computer science student, so I'm learning. She brought up that she had been seeing like repeated numbers recently. I think it was like 7, 1 something. When we were walking, Dominique saw this mail truck and she was like, hey, I think that mail truck is following us. And I didn't say anything about it, but my immediate thought was, it's a mail truck, it needs to go through the whole neighborhood. So that's probably why we've seen it a lot.
I don't know what that was, and I remember being so paranoid, thinking that we were being followed the whole time.